MrBeast is everything Satan warned us about.
You see, MrBeast is the opposite of what parents worry about when they hear the word YouTuber. The outraged merchants who flood the internet and made millions before they'd finished puberty gave the growing profession a bad reputation. Whereas MrBeast builds schools for the poor, homes for the homeless, saves and—
Yeah, that is one thing though that I low-key do not understand. The amount of low-key, never mind. I was about to say the amount of hate Jimmy gets compared to all the things he's done, but at the same time, I'm starting to see it's weird. I feel like Jimmy low-key forgot. I keep saying Jimmy like if I know him. My bad. All right. I feel like MrBeast. All right. I feel like MrBeast. He lost his objective. Well, I mean, if you think about it, right? He technically won the game. He completed the game like he wanted. But I feel like he maybe wanted more of the Jacksepticeye role. You know what I mean? He wanted to be like that type of YouTuber. I don't think he could have fathomed this until he started seeing green and treating it like if it were Monopoly. Then it became even like 10 times more fun for him. But I'm glad he's able to do a lot more things now. Like, wait, where are the wells? Hold up.
endangered. Whereas MrBeast builds schools for the poor, homes for the homeless, saves endangered animals.
Okay, I hope they mention it. I hope they mention the wells.
Hearing to the deaf, and pays for life-changing surgeries. He's probably the only example of someone getting nicer the more successful they became. And that's no accident, it's pure optimization. Because the internet's most beloved philanthropist is actually emblematic of an inhuman system of constant consumption and escalation. One that demands we sacrifice our children at the altar of mindless consumption.
What?
Hold, dog, you finna have to repeat that again. You finna have to repeat that again. Ain't no way. Okay, hold up. Go back.
One that demands we sacrifice our children at the altar of mindless consumption. One that
talk about a hook. How are you comparing views to, okay, sacrificing at, okay, buddy, sacrificing at the altar.
Us to trade our humanity for growth, profit, and power. This is how the world's most popular YouTuber today became the very system Moloch warned us of thousands of years ago. Now, the Moloch system today is everywhere, but it doesn't demand the literal sacrifice of children anymore. Now its arenas are conflict technology and especially the internet. Entertainment was transformed by the internet. Entertainment was always made for an audience, but the internet turned entertainment into content, which can't survive without one.
Okay, low-key, he does make a valid point there. Because content creation used to be fun. I'm trying to get there eventually. Eventually I'll get there. But do y'all remember like Roman Atwood? It was just him. It was literally just him filming his family, editing at night, going to sleep, rinse and repeat every single day, and then trying to come up with the craziest ideas. Like, I'm gonna put a bus inside my pond. Oh, rest in peace Zeus. I cried when Zeus died. My days, that was such a sad video. I low-key missed the old YouTube though. Like the Team 10 days, as crazy as that might sound, Team 10 days was at least original. You know what I mean? We were kind of seeing the potential of YouTuber you could be. The daily vlogging, like low-key, wasn't bad. When gaming took over, when the animation YouTubers took over, it was all like creative. Now it's all kind of the same. It's all the same. It's all trying to be quick. I mean, even my own videos, I'm not even gonna front with y'all on that one. Even my own video. All right. But what happened to content creation? But here's the thing, history always repeats itself, right? I feel like eventually we will get to a spot where people are going to be so tired of it and so bored, where we will see that more raw sort of YouTuber back. I don't know about daily vloggers though. Are there any daily vloggers really? I don't think so. I feel like it was more just for fun with uploading, and now it's like a job type of deal and people just doing the same thing that popular because they want those views / money. Low key though, yeah, honestly, I'm starting to see a lack of effort too. I'm starting to see it in myself even, because I remember seeing Grizzy back in the day, and I don't know, never mind, Grizzy's chill, never mind, I take that back, Grizzy's chill. I was just saying, like, back in the day he had like the subtitles and everything, and now it's just like if it were a VOD. But low key, it works for him. It works for him and Droid. For some reason, Pezzy still... I mess with Pezzy's editing. Well, I mess with Pezzy's editor, I guess you could say. Pezzy's humor, though. Holy hell. He gets me sometimes. And Droid. That's why I watch older videos, because everything is the same. The problem with watching older videos, though, is that you can literally get, like, consumed in nostalgia by anything. Literally, I cannot watch another Walking Dead series unless it's Stampy. That's right, I cannot watch any Walking Dead season 1 series unless it's Stampy. I've tried to see PewDiePie's. I can't deal with it. I'm sorry. I tried to see Jax. No. I like literally, like, second episode, I'm out. First I left. I don't know why, but it's for some reason Stampy's I messed with incredibly. Anywho.
And content is the result of Moloch's system. It feeds on human attention and its own consumption. YouTube promised to democratize content creation, but instead it in turn industrialized it, catalyzing entertainment's transformation into content. Content isn't just consumed by audiences are consumed themselves. Their time, their thoughts, their attention, their data are all resources mined and monetized. Inevitably, someone was going to discover the double helix of the algorithm. But what people didn't anticipate was that a shy kid from North Carolina with a few unwatched Minecraft videos would sacrifice
The old
almost
Mr.
10
Beast.
years of his
Mr. Beast
childhood
6000
to do
right
it.
there.
So what did Jimmy Donaldson discover during those years? And
I remember finding out about Mr. Beast when he did his, I think it was cutting a plastic table with plastic knives video. I think that's when I started seeing him, and then I started seeing him more and more, like saying Logan Paul's name
does it have to do
100,000
with
times,
Moloch's
or how many
warnings?
times? A
Well,
million?
Moloch
700,000?
warns us of three
500,000?
things, and the MrBeast machine harnesses all three better than anyone else on Earth. The first is consumption. Consumption is probably not the first thing that comes to mind with MrBeast, but when we peel back the layers of his brand, we can see how he optimizes everything to drive consumption to a nuclear level, weaving himself into the fabric of the algorithm so that other creators and audiences would have to follow in his wake.
There's a million levers that go into a video, from the quality to even the cameras you use to how you edit it to, yes, the more obvious stuff like the prize pool or the set designer. So it's just focusing on all those granular things and just constantly improving them every time.
MrBeast discovered something about consumption that sets him apart from other successful YouTubers. Negative content, whether it's a rage-baiting prankster or mukbanger, always has a ceiling, a point at which it can't grow anymore. Yes, some creators did well for a while, but there's only so much appetite for watching greedy or selfish people. There will always be a point when consumption plateaus and collapses.
Okay, hold up. Go back. Here's the thing.
Be a point when consumption plateaus and
Okay, here's the problem with this little lineup right here. All right, Jack Doherty, I don't think he's gonna fall off. I low-key think he evolves every single time he's evolved and he's found a way. Clav, we don't know yet. Logan Paul literally started from Vine, and look at him now. He's in the WWE. It's gonna take a while, but he's not gonna fall off. Now, yeah, with all due respect, Liver King, have not heard of you in a while, and that's just on me because I mean, also I'm not keeping up. But
collapses. Generosity, although it's way harder to capture attention with, doesn't have that ceiling, and it's why MrBeast makes extreme generosity the centerpiece of his brand. Now, I'm not saying this is just a cynical move. There's no doubt that Jimmy Donaldson is genuinely a good guy. Making money by giving it away is hardly the epitome of evil. But he didn't want to be a charity. He wants to be the #1 content creator in the world. And when charity is harnessed and optimized like everything in the MrBeast machine, the upside is endlessly scalable, and the opportunity for consumption is limitless. Because charity isn't necessarily a moral action in a MrBeast video. It's a tool to leverage human emotion. By using it to control narrative tension, he can drive viewer retention, ad sales, improve branding, and channel growth, all while the algorithm rewards him for it. So we have to ask, why does MrBeast charity make more money than it gives? Beast Industries,
what do you mean
the
he
corporate
makes more money
umbrella
than he
behind
gives?
Everything MrBeast recently secured $200 million in investment, valuing the company at $5 billion.
$5 billion?
Beast Philanthropy.
For what?
Value and everything MrBeast.
Crypto investor commits 200 million for MrBeast Industries for Defy. Hold up, buddy. Defy platform launch. Didn't Defy Media go under, or is that a whole different company?
$200 million in investment, valuing the company.
I think the one I saw from him at first was the giving money to the homeless, or like when he had his friends in a pool of milk, something like that. Oh, I remember the pool of milk. Oh, the pool of milk was a classic one. Who else remembers I swear to y'all, he was like the first one to do like last to leave the circle. I miss that old MrBeast when it was him and his homies literally just making videos and challenges. Now it's just literally MrBeast optimized his life to the point where like he's doing his favorite thing, filming videos. That is his favorite thing. He's like, oh, and then everything else is just set. Like he shot for the moon and landed on Mars when it comes to YouTube.
At $5 billion. That company includes Beast Philanthropy. Yet
$5 billion. Here's the thing though, he says it's worth more. You remember the last to leave the circle? I'm telling you, But look, I lost my train of thought. Se fue el tren. Se fue bien a la bestia. What was I on about? Who knows?
Equity doesn't invest in charities. Their shareholders demand growth and profits, and charities are sustained through donations and volunteers, meaning they're very distinct from for-profit organizations. And so the moment private equity enters the room changes. And by folding Beast philanthropy into his $5 billion valuation, the question stops being about how much good is he doing and becomes about how much his generosity is worth to investors. And it's not just MrBeast. VC money is now moving directly.
But what's the problem though? Like genuinely, what's the problem? At the same time though, how bad can he be? Yes, he's helping people and and views and whatever. Low key, me personally, I would be just like MrBeast. I'd be like, I do not care. I am literally helping people and y'all haven't done nothing. I am helping people, making money and sending it back to them basically. But yet again though, where are the wells? I've yet to see the wells. I only saw wells in the video and that was it. Have not seen a well since. I remember one where they played Monopoly IRL or something like that as well. I remember that one too, and I think the Sidemen did it as well. Did not mess with it, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, wait, never mind. The Sidemen Monopoly I messed with. The second one. Yes, I don't remember which one, but I remember one of them.
YouTube, buying up and partnering with big channels. Many of the creators you watch every day probably have shareholders you've never heard of. And at the top of that chain sits YouTube itself.
They're shareholders for YouTube now? Seriously?
BlackRock and State Street. Their involvement
hey, Vanguard.
encouraged the shift
yes.
from general content sharing to attention-focused content for advertisers, but it reshaped what YouTube is and who gets rewarded for serving that system. It reshaped what YouTube is and who gets
Ryan
rewarded for
Trahan
serving that system. Second discovery MrBeast made was even more important and had more of a corrosive effect on content creation's descent into the toxic Moloch system than any other. He mastered the art of the spectacle. MrBeast isn't just a YouTuber, he's a ringmaster, a showman. And while putting on a spectacle is an art, MrBeast has gotten it down to a science, a skill honed over years of iterating it to perfection. Even his thumbnails are studied to understand why they're so effective.
Yeah, nah, his thumbnails are he literally has people in poses and then they Photoshop his face onto the actor, I guess you could say, the thumbnail poser. Is literally his full-time job apparently. According to the according to the YouTube documentary that I saw, yes. It is his full-time job. Honestly, my respects. I'm not here to judge. My respects. That is very good.
Apology. Each one costs over
there we go.
over $10,000 to produce. No aspect is left unexplored. No opportunity to drive consumption left unoptimized. And he learnt it from one of his first viral videos. In it, he counts to 100,000.
That was his first viral video?
Extreme nature of the challenge is appealing, but the reality of it is insanely boring.
Mr. Asian, I remember him being an essential part of his YouTube videos. Now you never see him anymore.
The lack of spectacle
It used to be such an inside joke. Now it's all
To
gone.
reap the rewards in Moloch's system, a dull idea must be taken to its extremes. And
Man,
then
if
turned into
MrBeast,
a visual
if I
feast.
see
Take
if
this
I see
video,
that
for
Asian
example.
again in MrBeast
Someone
videos,
gets
I know
$500,000
damn well he saw
to
my
stay in
video
a
then.
house inside a circle for 100 days. The idea is bland, but that's on purpose. It means it's simple enough for everyone to understand, no matter your age.
I'm gonna go back.
And then turn towards in Moloch's system, a dull idea must be taken to its extremes, and then turned into a visual feast. Take this video for example. Someone gets $500,000 to stay in a house inside a circle for 100 days. The idea is bland, but that's on purpose. It means it's simple enough for everyone to understand, no matter your age, language, culture, or class. Yet it's extreme enough to intrigue almost everyone. Now you can't just draw a circle around a house and film the participant. The presentation needs spectacle, it needs to overwhelm us visually and orally. We need to be distracted from the core idea.
Visually and
get
orally,
sucked
what are
into
you
the
on
spectacle.
about, dude?
So he finds an enormous space that makes
This man is good at writing or something. My days.
full ultra iced.
I laid a giant circle in the middle of nowhere.
Nor does he have a house in it at first, as this would miss an opportunity for more spectacle. So he has a fully built home clumsily dropped from the sky by a massive crane. And inevitably, when the monotony of filming someone with nothing to do threatens the spectacle, he adds more. Machines now destroy half the home.
Not only did we bring a wrecking ball, but we also brought an excavator. Take the roof off!
An entire marching band is then brought into play for 12 hours.
Bring in the marching band!
I remember this video too.
Do you want to know what the
There's Ryan Trahan over there too.
I paid them to be here all night.
Clowns are then hired to stand in silence throughout the night.
All right, attention clowns, nod your head if you can hear me. I'll give you all $1,000
Just any
each to
way
stay all night.
for
And when
attention.
the tricks
Always
get
something
old,
new,
the
huh?
best probable
He's
is
good.
rolled out. Human emotion.
Happy Father's Day!
You want to know what's crazy? MrBeast obsessed, analyzed so much YouTube just for him to have learned all of it. If he would have watched TV, remember how like he said like he never saw TV shows or would listen to music as everybody else, and that's why people would make fun of him. He wouldn't watch South Park. Understandable. Look at where he's at now. I am not gonna take that away from him. Nobody is. But at the same time though, if he would have sat down and watched Family Feud, or if he would have sat down, or actually no, his shows are completely different. Honestly, now I'm thinking about it. But he could have learned storytelling though if he would have watched movies. Essentially, maybe if he saw Treehouse Masters, he could have seen essentially the same thing. You know, you're helping out a family build a treehouse, and then you see the big finale. You know what I mean? The big hug at the
I
end.
feel bad for trapping him in here.
Manipulating people's emotions on both sides of the camera always helps to keep the punches coming. As with every spectacle in all MrBeast videos, it ends with a crescendo. An explosion of sounds, fireworks, crowds, tears, applause, and a huge check. It's bread and circuses at its finest. And it also shows
500,000.
another one of MrBeast's secrets of limitless consumption, toxic positivity. At the end, everyone is thrilled, as they always are in a MrBeast video. The positivity could power a small city, and probably would if it could be made into a 15-minute video. MrBeast is beaming as always, while being lionized by the same guy he just locked away for 3 months. His wife and children are overwhelmed with joy. They have their dad back and $500,000 in the bank. It's also very wonderful. It also increases the range of viewers he can reach more than any other factor, more than the eye-watering generosity, because Moloch demands endless consumption, and the biggest audience on YouTube are his favorite victims, children. MrBeast is almost sickeningly curated to appeal to children. Where he outmaneuvers other creators is in his appeal to their parents. He is safe, he's always smiling.
I wouldn't say he appeals to children. I don't think he's meant for children. If anything, it's just children are the ones mainly using their phones. So it just so happens that he's gonna have a huge child audience. But genuinely, any adult can watch his video. If you think about it, put a grandma on a MrBeast video. She will stand there and watch. It's like, I just can't believe it. He's so nice. He's so wonderful. You know what I mean? It's just because MrBeast just, they're on the platform that they mainly use.
Silly. He never uses bad language, never shows any political affiliation.
That's for the money.
Socially charged topics that
you gotta make
jeopardize
ads.
Unobstructed access to children all over the world. People picked up on a smile a while ago. It's radiant, white, big, always on display, and somehow empty. It never reaches the eyes, which look hollow and joyless. He's
tired,
in pain,
dog. You can
suffering
see
from
it.
Fake happiness. It's like he's been sent back to school to be forced to retake his high school yearbook photos.
He probably don't even want to be there. That's why he looks unhappy. He don't even want to be there. Honestly, he just wants to literally make videos. That's it. He's like, I really have to take pictures here at this red carpet. Like, I like the fact that I'm here, but I could be making money over there at making videos. Like, that's why he sold this in. Literally take a photo with him while like filming a video. He's probably happier. Actually, never mind. I've seen that man stressed out when shit don't go right.
People really didn't like it. It's something he also tried to optimize, but he made the mistake of thinking a natural expression that humans are hardwired to read could be quantified and produced on demand like a thumbnail. A set of nice aligned pearly whites simply don't make up for the two soulless unhappy eyes. And despite recent controversies, Jimmy Donaldson might be the only example of someone becoming a billionaire without ever getting hate over the way he did it. It doesn't matter that his operation takes advantage of desperate people or uses cheap tricks to manipulate the audience.
Takes advantage over desperate people, buddy. Desperate is a hard stretch, don't you think? I don't know about desperate. Desperate's crazy. Okay.
His emotions, because everything is covered in a gloss of hyper-positivity. From the title to the thumbnail, the hook, the setup, the banter, the payoff, it's all carefully calibrated to be as universally palatable as possible. It's also why the most positive person on the internet is emblematic of everything now wrong with it. Because the success of this
They put a booger in his nose?
internet is emblematic of
Why put a booger in his nose? That's crazy.
now wrong with it. Because the success
just
of this
foul.
performance positivity drives the final factor in driving consumption, scale.
The
last piece of
details.
the puzzle
just
MrBeast
a whole
discovered
booger
was that to get on
ready
top,
on the go.
everything had to scale infinitely. It permeates everything in his productions, from the easily digestible premise to the perfect thumbnails, all scientifically optimized for maximum scale. His videos are offered in various languages, and it works because none of the videos or narratives are tied to a culture viewers need to understand.
Yeah.
They could be repeated by anyone, anywhere, and any time, and still be totally engaging.
I swear my videos have auto dubbing, no?
Scientifically optimized for
Oh, never mind. His
scale.
are literally
His videos are offered
voice
in various
acted.
languages, and
Mine
it
are
works
AI.
because none of the videos
Mine are
or
YouTube
narratives
AI,
are tied to a
auto
culture
dubbing.
viewers need to understand. They could be repeated by anyone, anywhere, and any time, and still be totally engaging.
I'm gonna spend.
As próximas 50 horas enterrado vivo nesse...
Dans ce cercueil, c'est sûrement la pire idée que j'ai eue.
Chicos, séguenlo!
The competitions themselves are so straightforward that a small child can understand them, but taken to such an extreme and so much pageantry, even most adults can happily watch a whole video.
Okay, good. So,
This formula of
see, he did
generosity,
speak about my
spectacle,
point. Okay.
positivity, and scale is a system, and once you see it, you really can't unsee it, and you start to ask, is his success fueling his philanthropy, or is philanthropy fueling his success?
Both.
Because when we take a step back, we're not really what
People
wholesome
don't
guides are
understand.
doing.
In order for you to make it, you have to help others. You cannot make it selfishly. That is the #1 rule. You have to have a goal that helps others, or else it won't work. If it is selfish, your ambitions will never take off, right? If you think about it, MrBeast, yes, he might be quote unquote taking advantage of desperate families, right? But he's helping families regardless at the end of the day of a situation. He's helped people's blindness too, if you think about it. He's done so much. At the end of the day, the goal was achieved and he's helping others. That is the only way. How many selfish YouTubers are there that are still doing good? There's not that many. There's a few, but there's not that many. Oh my days, I'm pressing the wrong buttons.
Generosity. What we're seeing is the next thing Moloch warned us of: escalation. If scale is making videos anyone can watch, then escalation is making videos no one can ignore. MrBeast is a machine. Its packaging is generosity, but its engine is escalation. Being #1 isn't good enough. If you don't grow, you die, and MrBeast's magic formula alone won't drive growth forever. And at some point, there's only so many variables to maximize. So then, the only choice left is to escalate. And this has kicked off an arms race that's now unavoidable for anyone on YouTube, because now it's not a platform to upload spontaneous videos of anything they find interesting. It's an algorithm that rewards or punishes based on data. Once escalation is introduced, all creators must escalate to be seen or accept being buried by the algorithm. It spawned all the creators to churn out "I did excessive thing" videos. From Ryan Trahan, Matthew Beam, Eric, Nick Giovanni, the Stoke twins, all of them. MrBeast learned early on that escalation is an easy way to cut through to a bigger audience.
Well, the world record's 2,000. We're gonna serve around 10,000 today, so we'll 5x the world record for most burgers sold in a day.
Whatever works once can work 100 times, but you must increase it by an order of magnitude the next time you do it. He could have counted to 100 or 1,000.
100 MrBeast burgers just for them to stop that whole production.
6 years ago, his videos had 10,000 on
Bro don't even
prices.
do MrBeast burgers no more. He broke a record and all that, and just for it to go away. Or is it still around? Does anybody know?
Yeah. Well, last one of you to leave that gets 10 grand.
To celebrate, I bought this ginormous private island.
Hey, there's the pool of milk right there. Have no clue. Fair enough. But I found the video unique. I got you. He added it within the video. All right. Look at that. What he got? Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops. I see Cocoa Pebbles over there. Nope, they're Fruity Pebbles.
Well, last one of you to leave that gets 10 grand.
To celebrate, I bought this ginormous private island, and I'm giving it to one of you in this video. They spend the next 30 days here. I will give them $250,000. I just trapped 50 of the biggest streamers in this queue, and whoever leaves last wins that $1 million. One of you will walk away with the life-changing, record-shattering grand prize of $5 million.
But it's not just his challenging videos that escalate. His charity ones do too. It's no longer help one person, it's build 10 schools.
Yes.
In this video, we are building 10 schools.
With all due respect, I'm not understanding the issue at all. Okay, the wells. Thank you. Mention the wells. Where are they? I hope this guy knows it.
Then 100 houses.
In this video, we are building and giving away 100 houses.
Then save 1,000 animals from dying.
And it's the first of 1,000 animals we're going to be saving in this video.
Then cure
Poor animals dying, and he's over here. Poor animal is his life is going away, and this man's filming an intro.
Animals from dying.
He'd rather taste the dirt than to deal with this.
Then cure 1,000 people's blindness.
Yeah.
In this video, we're curing 1,000 people.
He missed me though.
This is the first out of 1,000 deaf people that we're gonna help hear again.
This should be inspiring and energizing, so why does it start to feel exhausting? Now, this wouldn't be such a sinister thing if all creators copied his generosity and family-friendly fun, but MrBeast is just the purest version of a system that produces the worst creators.
This is actually the same road that she passed away on, guys.
J Station, right?
Driver. I'll miss you, Alexia. Especially on
This was messed up. This man used every single rapper to his advantage.
She just wanted to
Every rapper death.
Those who compromise
I got pissed as hell when he made that X video. Not really, but I was like, really, dude? And then just never saw his content. Never saw it.
A sweet kid flipping cups. He leaned into that playful side, and soon that became mischief.
Jack Doherty, huh?
Hello. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Christian Llama singing Rockstar by Post Malone on the intercom.
Which is fine too, no one was getting hurt, but at some point, the escalation forces you to pass a threshold. If you start with harmless pranks, they must escalate to not so harmless pranks.
The warped wall. Yo, wait, film it. She's calling the cops. I know, she's calling the cops.
Until one day, you're filming petty crimes or endangering your life for views.
All right, guys, I just totaled my McLaren. It is completely cooked right now.
When we look again,
Or was he filming for a tax write-off?
through Murdoch's lens, we see how that escalation
never know.
arms race that MrBeast
And that's the sad part, too.
actually creates those people. Nikado Avocado shows us how Murdoch's escalation trap forces someone to sacrifice their values, health, and dignity.
There's a price to everything, my friend. There's a price to everything. There's a price to everything. If you're a construction worker, you better deal with the consequences of your body kind of aching. If you're a barber, then deal with the consequences of hair being in your lungs. If you're a teacher, deal with the consequences of having to deal with kids and their reactions, and there's boogers. Hair in your lungs? Yeah. Apparently some barbers get hair in their lungs. Like while they're cutting hair, technically hair is falling off and everything, and they're kind of close sometimes, or they're far away depending, and they're breathing in hair to the point where there's hair in their lungs.
Of attention. He even started his YouTube journey at the same time as MrBeast. Only when he started, he was slim, vegan, and focused on health and sustainability.
Think of a few people in general where they've tried making original content and stopped with the calling out videos, and very few people watched them because they weren't original or they were boring or no.
But as vegan content cools off and escalation becomes imperative to growth, he pivots to more extreme.
No longer vegan.
Welcome to my eating show. Today we are doing something really special. This is my first time ever having ramen noodles. But we
Really?
have some vegetables. There's some vegetables in here. There's carrots, there's broccoli, there's peas, there's tomatoes. Yes, so just to get some more nutrients.
Then the algorithm rewards him, but there's still plenty of room for escalation. He can skip those extra vegetables and nutrients. From here, his success skyrockets as his health plummets. He completed a full reversal from someone using YouTube to spread information about a healthy lifestyle choice, and within a few years was the willing symbol of consumption and gluttony.
Oh my gosh.
My days, what did I just turn around
This is an
to?
ongoing trend.
What am I looking? Blue Taki ramen. Oh, sorry, I misjudged it. They're eating healthy. They have a Diet Coke. Sorry, scratch that. Coke Zero. All right.
Whether it be Nikado Avocado, Jack Doherty, or even Bonnie Blue, YouTube is littered with the unmarked graves of forgotten creators.
Yo, Leafy is here. Daddy05. Who else?
Lucy went too
Of course, you
far
put
and-
Logan Paul. Jake. Low key, I mess with Jake. Low key, Jake has the path that I want. YouTuber to mixed martial arts. That is the objective. All right. Low key, YouTuber to mixed martial arts. Be the first UFC influencer champion. From influencer to champion. That would be funny. But the problem is, it doesn't help anybody. So I need to think of a new goal.
But it didn't damage only them, because every escalation, every normalization of worse behavior all continue to shape the online world, and in turn, it damaged us too. We participated in watching, we become complicit, and now all of us, even if we don't like or watch people like Jack Doherty or MrBeast, are affected as our attention spans and interests are shaped by this online environment. But escalation isn't limited to these examples, as AI has just dumped rocket fuel onto this process. As MrBeast thumbnails have always looked like AI, So
Yeah,
when every other
low-key.
creator suddenly
It
had
has.
access to these tools, that plastic thumbnail design proliferated across the platform. Which is why you have probably noticed there are around 3 types of thumbnail across YouTube. 10 years ago, there
E-Man
was no
Gotzi, I
templates,
haven't
there was
seen
no
that man in a
science
while,
behind it.
too.
There were no boxes to tick to get noticed by the algorithm. Now, if creators don't follow the rules laid out by MrBeast, they face a mountain to climb just to get a handful of views. These two malign influences actually converged when MrBeast launched an AI thumbnail tool himself, which he had to ditch only a few days later as creators lashed out at him for pushing the use of generic AI in content, while real writers, cinematographers, and editors were losing work to these new tools.
How's it going, guys? A week ago, I launched
All this
AI
controversy.
thumbnail
I remember
tool.
Loki, when I first saw it, I thought it was fine, but
um,
I mean, just because I'm a small YouTuber, I'm like, great, I can actually just
Ironically,
optimize my
entertainment being
thumbnails.
turned into a
But of
science
course,
is now coming back to bite MrBeast. To the point
damn, thumbnails got so boring over the years. I forgot about the AI thumbnails. I was low-key thinking about, like, when I first saw that, I was like, you know what, that's low-key kind of dope. Because like, think about it. Technically, I'm a small YouTuber, right? I have no skills yet. You feel what I'm saying? I don't have the skills or the financialities yet. Now, thank God I do, because as you can see, I am working on the financialities, all right? That bin is the financialities, all right? So I'm ready. I'm good there. But,
where he says he's actually worried AI slop will kill his YouTube dominance. What he doesn't acknowledge is that reducing content to a science like this, where videos are made purely with retention in mind, it in turn means that AI will be able to emulate it, because there is no authentic human behind it. AI will soon be able to do all of the rapid fire edits, music to keep the pacing motoring along, and scripts that only use short bursts of sentences, leaving no danger for poor writing as everything has already moved on to the next clip before you have time to notice. Which means he might have sacrificed his childhood to be able to build a machine so efficiently inhuman that actual machines can now run it without him. And this is what Moloch's system always does. It consumes what it feeds and moves on. MrBeast was just the first sacrifice.
Okay.
See, sacrifice is the payment for Moloch's rewards. It fuels the system. It's no longer only children, but they are the main target.
Yeah.
Today, the sacrifice feeding Moloch is drawn from all of us, starting with MrBeast. As a child struggling for views on his Minecraft videos, he sacrificed what remained of his childhood. His success in school sports, his opportunity to go to college, his future basically just to study the algorithm.
I can't really remember life before YouTube. Like, my earliest memories are basically when I started making videos.
And clearly, he was a genius at making videos. He'd wake up, open his laptop, and spend the rest of his waking hours dissecting videos, hooks, edits, titles, thumbnails. It was the maniacal focus needed to become a billionaire. Every single element of YouTube virality, failed videos, and channels.
From a young age, I really just studied what virality was, and I spent my entire teenage years just basically studying. And that was kind of my obsession for like 8 or 9 years.
He gave over all importance in life to the algorithm, but at a cost on seminal moments of his youth, the ones most other kids his age got to experience.
We agreed not to drink, we didn't do drugs, like we didn't date, we didn't do anything.
Okay. No way. This man is saying that he took away from the experience.
But at a cost on seminal moments of his youth, the ones most other kids his age got to experience.
We agreed not to drink, we didn't do drugs, like we didn't date, we didn't do anything. We just literally obsessed from the time we woke up to the time we went to bed.
And the problem is what? You mean to tell me this man kept that a sin? And that's a problem? This man kept that a sin, built himself up. Now he's successful. If you ask me, he literally did what he was supposed to do. Oh, he missed out on what most kids his age should be doing. Oh, we didn't smoke. We didn't drink. We didn't party. We didn't. I swear this is a Bible verse. Like, we didn't go out to the streets. We stayed and we made our money. Oh, yeah, no. I missed out on my youth. What did I miss?
All to know the system. But when he understood it, he willed it to such great effect that he soon became the system, the Moloch of the internet. But why? What gave him this innate energy and focus to do this? It is just insanely impressive what he's done, and everyone wants his wealth and power and fame, yet almost no one is willing to make the sacrifices for it. Well, the answer to this might be the story that he doesn't tell us publicly. That might hint.
So not taking drugs or drinking means missing out
seemingly he was isolated
on your childhood? That's dumb. That's what I'm saying. How is that dumb?
Relate to anyone else.
I have a memory of that. Like,
so
really
far, he did make a good point though
like,
about like the whole
one time,
pulling
like,
on the
high
heartstrings
schooler
and things like that.
all
But
you
I
do is
mean,
talk about YouTube. Like, do you like know how to do anything else? Like, you're just like a freak. All
go
you do is
back,
talk about-
go
really
back.
burned in my brain.
Because he rarely spoke to a story that he doesn't tell us publicly that might hint towards the answer, possibly to escape. Seemingly, he was isolated at school, with peers calling him mute because he rarely spoke and says he couldn't relate to anyone else.
I have a memory of that, like really burned in my brain. Is like people one time, like a high schooler told me when I was, all you do is talk about YouTube. Like, do you like know how to do anything else? Like you're just like a freak. And I eventually just like stopped talking because I just didn't relate to anyone. And people used to call me mute.
His parents then tragically went bankrupt in the 2008 recession as their income was tied to the property market. After that, his mother was
I remember this whole story. I've heard way too many MrBeast podcasts. I'm not gonna lie to y'all.
Only focused on YouTube.
I've heard way too many
While the two
MrBeast
were deeply
podcasts.
connected, his relationship with his father was apparently worse.
That is not his
In fact,
dad.
it's
No
one thing
way.
He refuses to discuss.
I can see the
Why
nose
don't
actually.
you talk about your father much?
Don't worry about it.
I know your mum has spoken about him before.
Yeah.
And it
Move
was a
on.
bit of a
He
tumultuous
told you not to worry
relationship.
about it.
Yeah, exactly. They didn't have the best relationship.
In her blog, Recovering from
Move
Domestic
on.
Violence, which has now been scrubbed from the internet, his mother said her husband, Tommy, was physically abusive. Being an officer in the military and a
You've
big
never heard
drinker.
MrBeast pass
In a
before?
podcast discussing her
Dude,
book, Recovering
it is
from
a
Domestic
crazy
Abuse, she
story.
said,
For 20 of those years,
Low-key
I was
motivational as hell.
emotionally, sexually, and physically abused by my husband.
and that when she was at home, she was tragically in prison. Of course, this really shed some light on why MrBeast refuses to go there. It's a horrible dark spot in his childhood, so perhaps none of this did feel like a sacrifice. It could have just been an escape. To finally gain the attention and recognition he was lacking. Locking himself away in his room was self-preservation in a chaotic and violent home. And it's a similar story for people like Elon Musk, MrBeast's hero. As is often the case, bad childhoods can lead to massive success. And weirdly, he now admits that devoting himself to the online world could have been a bad choice, one that's left him unhappy much of the time.
People shouldn't be me. I don't have a life. I don't have work-life balance. My personality, my soul, my being is making the best videos possible. You know, I'm miserable a lot of times. I have a
Just
mental
work.
breakdown every other week because I push myself so hard.
Yet, what he perfected as a lonely
He pushes
young
himself hard. He
is now
might be
what other
miserable,
young
but
teens
there's
around the world
nothing
have
else he
seen.
would want
They
to
spend their
do.
time on his videos and use their
Nothing
parents'
else
money
he
to buy
would
his
want to do.
merchandise, his previous burgers, and his Feastables.
I am absolutely stunned by the amount of people that have traveled here from cross country, out of the country, and some have never even tried one of these burgers.
He goes even further by disguising their sacrifice as contributing to his charity, while also laying out the promise of further escalation as long as more sacrifices made in the form of more consumption. Thousands of years ago, parents had to bring their children to sacrifice at Moloch's effigy. But today, his altar is everywhere. The internet made every child on Earth reachable in an instant, and whoever became the Moloch of the internet would reap the rewards. Sacrifice doesn't end with his child audience, it's embedded into every layer of his productions as well. What we often see as philanthropy is actually sacrifice. The participants in his challenge videos aren't simply being given enormous amounts of money for nothing, they are reduced to props for entertainment.
We are just about to witness San Kaboy, a 59-year-old woman, receive prosthetic legs and walk for the very first time.
Neuralink,
Very
right?
real challenges they face in
Oh,
life
okay.
are commodified
I don't know
for
why I
MrBeast's
thought
own
I thought it was a
challenge
Neuralink.
videos.
So we made it our mission to build a brand new surgical center in the heart of Ghana to help survivors like these two
OMG, I
brothers,
remember
Ernest and
trying the
Richmond, who
Beast
were sold as
Burger
slaves after being abandoned
when they
by their
first came out.
parents.
So why do people
How were they? How were they? How were those burgers? I really wanted to try it bad when it first came out. Never got to try. That is an experience that I have lost on. Honestly, pretty good. Damn.
people star in his videos? Well, the reason isn't always
It was only open in certain locations.
Eye-watering medical bills, disability. Their reason is desperation.
I would pay off my mortgage and my debt.
How much debt?
A lot.
Do you feel comfortable sharing?
With mortgage, credit cards, loans, I probably owe about $530.
I will do whatever it takes for my family.
In today's neo-feudal internet age, they have little choice. They aren't going to get that $500,000 in 3 months any other way. So they agree to be filmed trapped inside a circle for 3 months.
There's an easy money, dog. Easy money. I've never understood people that it's like, would you rather go see your family or would you go rather stay there and make more money? More money? Pa donde? Family. They'll still be there when I come back. All right. I'm gonna be over here real quick. Good. I'm glad you're into burgers, Unique. We need cheesy burgers. Sounds so good right now. I am starving. I did not get to eat today.
MrBeast isn't forcing anyone to accept, but when ordinary people's lives become a game of survival, the line between choice and coercion blurs, and he knows it, as it's incorporated into his videos for emotional payoff.
This is gonna change my life. Tomorrow I'm gonna
Yo,
take
welcome
a
to
lot
the
of it to
stream.
pay my bills. Thank you so much.
And it's not only participants
Unquotes,
who are
welcome.
sacrificed at his altar. The more productions he makes, the more his team grows, the more collabs he does with Amazon, the more the stories about who he really is leak out. That always smiling, generous, happy guy is a character. People involved in various MrBeast productions have told their story about MrBeast productions. Now, we can't personally claim this, and there is a lot of evidence saying otherwise. Yet allegations are leaking that range from him being narcissistic and maniacal to downright rude and dismissive. Some people have alleged they were endangered on the outlandish sets. Others apparently say they were only given one small bowl of food on a full day's filming. Others say, quote, they were underfed and overtired, with meals provided, quote, sporadically and sparsely. The 54-page document also details allegations of an unsafe environment with contestants being penned into small areas, dangerous sets and insufficient background checks allowing convicted criminals to even participate.
Everybody gets an opportunity. Second chances all over the board. Don't see the issue here. Besides, I mean, if a convict makes the money then loses it, then we know really what his true intentions were. But if a convict makes it, changes, then we know that it went towards a good place. Then we know he actually deserved it. I never understood leaving for family. Like, I get it, but more money helps your family. I remember the drama with Amazon show with MrBeast. Here's the thing though, Alondra, right? I agree with you completely. Literally, you get to help your family 10 times more being longer in there than you would just leaving. Really? You miss them that much? Really? That much? You mean to tell me after long days of work, you know what I mean? Like you've done this challenge and you're like, you know what? Yeah, I want to see him instead of trying to make him more and helping them out. Nah, I'm good. I'm
Whether
good.
true or not,
Thank you.
it's clear that
I'm staying
everyone is a
there
cog in Moloch's
all day.
machine, made to sacrifice in service.
You know what? Lock me in a dark room. I low-key always wanted to see where my imagination could take me. Lock me in a dark room.
What it demands for profit,
Here,
wealth, and power.
he did the brightest room. Lock me in a completely dark room. I want to find out. I want to see what happens. Lock me in a completely dark room.
Somehow, the machine still wants more. In 2024, he posted a tweet viewed 37
No
million
light
times.
anywhere.
Consider what his presidential campaign would actually look like. Extreme generosity, unprecedented scale, a smile that never drops, content so universally palatable it crosses every cultural and political line, and his party an audience of hundreds of millions primed to consume whatever he produces, who will then be of voting age by the time he's old enough to run. He's already shown his formula, giveaways capture human attention while charity when optimized has no ceiling. So what happens when democracy is eventually beastified? When he decides to harvest votes and not just views? Well, Jimmy might have won the YouTube game, but he didn't escape Moloch. He became him. And Moloch
He did
doesn't
not become
only want
Moloch.
your
Okay,
children's
buddy.
attention. 3,000 years later, he's showing us what his endgame really is.
Alright, low-key, I understand this dude's point of view. Right? So it's kind of like how do I say it? He's kind of using the kids in a sense. Like technically he is Moloch getting the views from the kid. Understandable comparison. I get it. But at the same time, though, a bit over exaggeration in my opinion. But that's the point though. YouTuber over exaggeration, good thumbnail, good YouTube video. I need to learn a lot more than. Okay. And if you have videos that you want me to react to, make sure you send them in the Discord, link in the description down below. I hope you enjoyed and God bless.